Hey, welcome to the 2009 December limited series tasting. Here with my co-host Ed Masciana,
The very same.
author of Shortcuts on Wine Revised.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hey, you just pointed something out, which I thought was very interesting. We have 8 wines up here, of which 4 of them are screw caps. It's just happening, right?
Let's hope so. And for those of you out there who go, screw cap, I don't know. The fact is, would you rather have a screw cap or would you rather have bad wine?
Right.
Because 90% of the wines that taste bad are because the cork screws them up. Literally, they're just, the cork is what makes the problem with the wine, not the wine. But who do we blame? We blame the winemaker.
That's right.
Okay?
You know,
and I'm sick and tired of it.
What happens quite often is a vendor or winemaker comes, brings one sample of what they want me to taste, they open it and it's corked, and then they get all frustrated and they have to go. So now some of them are just bringing 2 bottles just because it made
Well, you know what I did when I was selling wine? I actually opened it before I came to see the account. What a concept!
Oh, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, so that if there is something wrong with it, we know before we waste everybody's time.
This is the first of the 2 reds. It's a Pinot Noir from Davenport, and it's a 2006. And so I flipped over it because it didn't remind me of Sonoma wine. It was much more feminine than what I've often tasted from Sonoma.
You know the reason for that is?
Why?
Because it's made by Margaret Davenport.
Oh, feminine.
A girl.
Wow, there you go. Earlier you mentioned Marcia Davenport.
Nothing to do
sister?
with it, but you know.
No, of course.
Margaret Davenport was one of the original winemakers at Clos du Bois a million years ago. Not really. Margaret's a sweetheart, and she's not that old. But she made some of those great wines from Clos du Bois when it was named Winery of the Year by the Wine Spectator. She was named Winemaker of the Year by Dan Berger, the former wine writer for the Los Angeles Times. So, you know, she's a big deal winemaker, and she's out on her own making at least as good a wine as she made anywhere else.
I thought this was Burgundian. I thought it was Russian River. I thought it was the spice component in there. Mm-hmm. The nose is just so feminine. So delicate.
It is Russian River. So that's one of the reasons. One of the things I want to point out about this wine that I really like is the color. The color is light. It is not dark. And when you see a Pinot Noir that is dark, it's been manipulated. Pinot Noir is a very thin skin grape. It gets its color from the skin. So unless you cold soak it and extract as much color as you can and turn it into something that isn't Pinot Noir, it's got to be a light color. And this is perfect. It's obviously not, messed with too much.
It's still youthful.
Very nice.
Flavors are. What's interesting when you said that, the light color, because you expect then light flavors, and you don't get that. You've got a ton of flavors, and the complexity in the middle is.
That's because it's Pinot Noir. And you know something? If I were Pinot Noir, my point to you would be, I'm Pinot Noir and you're not. And that's all there is to it.
Good point.
Thank you.
Well said.
And this is a $30 bottle of wine. No problem there at all. Absolutely not. It's Pinot Noir from Russian River. The first bottle was $21.99.
$21.99.
Ooh, and the reorder was $18.99. Yeah, an under $20 Pinot Noir is pretty rare in today's world.
Now, do you think this is a turkey wine? It's a little. I don't think so. I think it needs to be it's a little drier for that.
I don't know. I think if you make a non-traditional or a traditional dressing, it hasn't got a lot of sweetness to it. I think it would go great.
Very good, okay.
It's when you start putting in prunes and apricots.
That's not gonna
work. Point score.
I got 92.
92 is good. I'd go 93.
Oh, wow. All right, 94 then.
Okay, 95. Beer 96.
Here's a little heavier duty wine. This Burnside Merlot from Sonoma County, screw cap wine. I like this because it's just youthful. There's tons of berries in the nose and in the body, and I don't know. You get a strong vanilla character from the oak.
Not strong, but it's there.
It's
not. I wouldn't call it strong because. Yeah, it's beautifully integrated. The fruit, the oak, the soil.
It's a little earthier than some Merlots. That's what I liked about it.
Well, I'll bet you there's some Cabernet Franc in here because I certainly get a little
get
cranberry and I get that little earthy, that little edge to it.
The middle palate's got some earthiness to it, which I think that makes a lot of sense. There's probably some Cab Franc in it.
Wow.
But it's still young.
That is delicious.
Isn't it young?
Oh, yeah. It's 2007. It's got a ways to go. 2007 in that part of the world is absolutely a phenomenal vintage.
The wine's really good when there was silence between us because we're just tasting the wine. You're just like savoring every drop. How much was this?
Well, the regular retail is only $20,
Yeah,
$19.99.
right.
And then the first bottle came in at $17.99, and the reorder price is $15.99. That's killer.
Good bottle.
Very, very nice bottle of wine. This actually, I think, surprisingly for most people, would go pretty well with turkey, especially the dark meat. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, because it's not a big over-the-top wine, as is the Pinot Noir, you know, and you throw all these different flavors at it. The only problem in discussing it going with turkey is that these are wines for December.
Well, you're going to make a December Christmas. That's right, Thanksgiving. But we have turkey at Christmas.
I don't. I don't even have turkey at Thanksgiving.
Okay, well, that could be a problem.
Yeah, I have duck.
Because
and this will go
I
great
could take
with
that
duck.
joke a million directions about turkeys, but I won't.
Yeah, I know.
I'm giving this really seriously, I've got serious problems, but I'm going to say 90 on this.
I'm going to give it a 92.
Okay.
You know, and when you take into consideration the price, fine.
95.
Yeah, 95.
All right.
Okay. Cheers. Yeah. Empty glass cheer.
See the video series.